Toby here, back for another session in the garage gym. Now hopefully my fan is not making too much noise for this video because it is roasting in the UK right now. It is so warm, so this session's going to be a pretty warm one. Luckily the garage gym stays pretty cool compared to the outside, but we're going to be hitting some deadlifts today. So as you can probably tell from the title, we're going to be hitting some speed deadlifts. We're going to be hitting some explosive deadlifts at a lighter weight, and that is because last week I had a bit of a deadlift fail where I was supposed to be going for a very heavy double, the heaviest double I've ever gone for in fact, but after breaking it off the floor, something didn't feel right. I put it back down again and then I was spent. So instead of getting 2 reps, I ended up getting none, and it was a complete disaster of a session. So today, ahead of a heavy deadlift attempt next week, I'm going to be doing some power off the floor work, some explosive lighter deadlifts, just to give my body a little bit of a rest and recovery and train those fast twitch muscle fibers. So yeah, we're going to first work up to 200 kilos for 4 sets of 3, nice and explosive. I plan to make them look nice and easy, and how about I just show you guys what those look like. So run the montage. Here is 200 kilos for 4 sets of 3. Alright, so they felt fantastic. I've not sweat that much during deadlifts or any exercise really in a long time. It's very warm in here, so the fan will be staying on. But yeah, deadlifts felt amazing. One little thing I will note is between this session and the last session, I loosened a buckle on my belt. So I've gone one spot looser on it. And if you don't know how to do a lever arch belt, you have to unscrew it all and move it. So that's why I haven't experimented with it before. But I don't know why I haven't loosened it before. I know it's been too tight for the last 6 months and I just haven't bothered to do it, but finally did it today and it's made a world of difference. I feel so much better getting in position for the deadlift, like a world better. It just feels awesome. So hopefully it feels good on my other exercises as well, like log and squat. So yeah, I think big improvement. That's why those 200s flew so easily. Felt explosive. A couple of the reps felt a little slow off the floor, but my legs haven't fully recovered yet. If you don't know, I did a huge hike last weekend, and my leg day was pretty hefty as well, doing 220 kilo squat for a double, so my legs are a bit fatigued. But yeah, for speed deadlifts, they were pretty speedy, and the main thing is they were consistent. Every single set felt pretty much exactly the same, and you should have seen that they probably looked about exactly the same as well. So happy days, we can move on. And move on we shall to yet another deadlift accessory. So if you guys have watched any of my deadlift videos before, you know that I like to do my conventional deadlifts and then follow them with an accessory, be it deficit deadlift, snatch grip deadlift, 15-inch deadlift, 18-inch deadlift. But today we will be doing probably, I have to say, my least favorite of all of those, and that is the stiff-legged deadlift, which is essentially a deadlift, but you don't use leg drive as much. You keep your hips a bit higher, and it makes it a harder pull. I've got a couple of sets of 4 to 6 with those. I believe it's either 4 to 6 or 4 to 8, but that's at 185 kilo, and there's nothing to do but to do it. So let's crack on. not going to lie, I was convinced I did 6 for both sets, but clearly I can't count and only did 5 on the second set, but it's what it is. Hamstrings are now absolutely killed off. That was like the nail in the coffin for my legs today. But they were good. Someone once described these to me as a dead stop RDL, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, it's really, you know, you're doing them right when your hamstrings are just completely lit up and firing massively. So yeah, pleased with those. They actually moved a lot better than 180 did last week. But again, I was having a really bad session last week, so pleased that it's coming back. But now we move on to the back portion of the deadlift day. So I know you guys are very curious about what I actually do to build my back after deadlifts. As you can see, my back is one of my largest features and strongest features as well. And that is because of the sheer amount of back exercises that I do on a deadlift day. So my back's already pretty fried from those deadlifts and stiff leg deadlifts, but we follow that up with 3 different row variations. So my first one, I can choose between a barbell bent over row and a T-bar row. Obviously I have both attachments here to be able to do either. So I tend to alternate between the two, whichever I feel like more on the day. Today will be barbell rows. Going to do them not the strictest. I never do my barbell rows particularly strict. I like to up the weight, cheat them a little bit, do them explosively. I just find it works my back really, really well and helps me with like deadlifting and strongman movements where you've got to be quite explosive. And then for the more stricter row variations, we do single arm rows. Again, this can either be dumbbell or cable. I prefer at the minute to do cable because I can't cheat it as much. I'm chest supported and it's really isolating my back. So I tend to do cable single arm rows if I'm doing barbell normal rows because one's cheat, one's more strict. And then if I'm doing T-bar rows, I tend to do dumbbell single arm rows because I could cheat them a little bit more and go a bit heavier. But today we'll do the cable single arm rows. And then I always finish off, and I have done ever since I've been working with Loz, with chest supported dumbbell rows. These just take any cheat out of it. It's full, just absolute back killing. And I always finish off with those. So what I'll do is I'll show you a set of each of my row variations, and I'll catch you back when my back is absolutely destroyed. With that, my back is fried. You can see I got sweat on the end of my nose there. Oh, they're tough. Obviously, you saw how cheaty my barbell rows are. They're quite cheaty. It doesn't look, it looks more cheaty than it probably is because of how much I like to explode up. I can strict row, like really strict form, 110, 120 kilos, so 130 kilo with a little bit of momentum used. Targets my back really well. And then obviously you saw we go into the really strict single arm cable rows and chest supported rows, which are my 2 favorite row variations at the moment. So yeah, my back's feeling pumped, it's feeling good. So that brings us to the end of the session. The only thing I've got left to do today's session is some grip work. I'll do some plate pinches, but I've got a whole video on the best ways to build your grip with minimal equipment and the ways that I use, which I'll put in the cards now if you guys want to go watch that. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you go on to enjoy all of the other videos I post. I try and post once or twice a week. Sometimes it's a bit longer than that depending on how busy I am, but I try and record my sessions for you as often as I can and get them out to you guys so you can enjoy and possibly learn some stuff from them as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. you could leave a like down below, it will help me out massively. Comment below what you think I will hit in my next heavy deadlift session when I go for a PB. My current PB is 270, so let's see how we can push that. And yeah, if you made it this far without considering hitting subscribe, please do so. It'll help me out a lot. We're gunning towards 1,000 at the minute is my plan. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Toby, and I'll see you in the next video.